you don't have to sit there and let somebody just say things that aren't true, run with a narrative that you're not spinning. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you don't have to take that, and you don't have to do that. I know a lot of people say, oh, let God fight your battles and all that other stuff like that. Listen, he is fighting my battles. At the same time, like, I'm going to tell the truth.
And he wants you to stand up for yourself. Right.
So I'm not going to be a doormat and let you just say whatever.
No matter where you are in your walk with Christ, JOMILLA DENAE offers a safe space for reflection and dialogue. This is JOMILLA DENAE.
Welcome to another episode of JOMILLA DENAE. I am your humble host, JOMILLA DENAE, and I have a very special guest with me today, Shanira.
Hi, boo.
Say hello to the people. Tell them a little bit about yourself in case they don't know who you are.
Hi. So I'm Shanira Tankard. I am an esthetician / makeup artist. I just finished my school from esthetician. I know. Thank you.
I graduated.
Right.
I know that's right.
But yeah, so I've been out here in Tennessee for it's been some years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been some years because my kids the oldest one is 8. So it's been at least that. But yeah, so.
Do you feel like a Tennessean?
No.
Okay. And that's fine.
No.
Well, maybe if you're here a little bit longer, I don't know.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, you know, like I do every episode, where I go into tweets.
Oh, goodness.
You let me know if this is you, okay?
All right.
I did some research. So, did you or did you not say, I'm about to have some serious questions for some people, women in the church especially?
I feel like I could have tweeted that.
You did.
Yeah.
It's you.
Yeah. Okay.
It's 2017. Do you know what the serious questions were or what brought this tweet about? Because I'm curious.
I'm pretty sure it had to do with marriage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Because I think in the church, there's a lot of expectations, unrealistic expectations on women when it comes to marriage and what to tolerate. Oh. It probably was along those lines.
So was this a time that you were married? Is this a season that you were married already?
Yes, I was.
Okay, so then maybe that is why you tweeted it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, here's another one. Y'all do know you don't have to be saved to give God praise, right? If memory serves me correctly, the Bible says, let every man praise him. It didn't say let every saved man praise him. Christians don't have a monopoly on who can praise God. I love this tweet.
I did indeed tweet that. I remember that. Yes.
Yeah, you just tweeted that last year. What made you tweet that? Because you're so right, though. I would have retweeted if I had seen it.
Man, because, I really get tired of when we have like award shows and everything. And when these celebrities get up there and they thank God and then they thank whoever, and then you just see a whole slew of like tweets or whatever, like, well, I don't know why they up there thanking God. God ain't got nothing to do with what they doing. And you know what I'm saying?
Girl,
it's like, who are you? Like God did not say,
sound like the Facebook crowd over there.
Yeah, no, it's Twitter, it's Facebook, it's whatever. Just people having strong opinions about who's qualified to praise God. Y'all don't qualify anybody. God does.
Tell them. Okay, one more. Went to church today. It had been 2 to 3 years, man. Very much needed sermon. Ooh. Tweeted in 2021. Was that you?
Oh, that could have been. Oh, I'm not sure though.
That's so funny that it could have been you. It's not you. It's actually our last guest, Ryan.
Okay. Could have been.
No. But yeah, it could have been very much me too.
Yeah.
In 2021? Yeah.
It could be me today.
I feel like I just started going back to church.
Yeah, it could be me today, very much. So.
Well, I hope that, lets the viewers know a little bit more about who Shanira is. After this break, we'll be getting into our topic. I can't wait. Yes.
Lawrence Griffith Joyner in lead. Lawrence Griffith Joyner blowing away the field.
So before we get into our topic, which is co-parenting while Christian, and something that we're both experiencing, I do want to talk about your church / Christian origin story. How did you get introduced to God, the church, whatever?
I was very young. I grew up in church. So I would say 8 years old is when I gave my life to Christ. And my parents didn't go to church at first. My mom always had a relationship with God and she was raised in church. But I mean, she, at that point in time when I got saved and everything, she wasn't going to church. She was just sending us, you know, with my grandmother and things to church. But from then on out, I've been pretty much, my foundation is Christian. I've been brought up very heavily in church.
And your experience in the church, has it always been good? Have you had some bad times? Been pretty solid?
It's been pretty solid. I can't really say like, oh, you know, the church has just been so horrible to me and I have horror stories. I mean, there's some experiences that I've had that weren't favorable, but I wouldn't say that it's like left a bitter taste in my mouth about church.
That's so good.
Like, I don't carry church hurt.
That's good. That's really good. Okay. Well, we're both dealing with, well, first of all, we both have divorces under our belts. We both have 2 girls that we're raising. And now we're also both co-parenting. So I brought you here because I thought this would be a good, safe place to talk about our experiences. And before we get into this, I just want to go ahead and say this, okay? We are not bashing anyone. We are not coming for anyone. Anything that we say is just how we feel. It's our truth. It's our story. And you cannot debate that, okay? So that's just that.
Amen.
So for you, I know your situation is a little bit different because your family was like under the spotlight. And now I feel like now you have to navigate those people that you've, you know, the fans, I would say. You've gathered fans. People, they love you. And they had to kind of transition from seeing you being a wife to now like doing your own thing and co-parenting. So just talk about that transition of like the people and how they viewed you when now everything kind of went down.
Ooh, that's so loaded.
I thought that would be the easy part.
No, it's loaded because it wasn't even just the wife aspect part. It was me as a person, as a whole, because it, first of all, it was based off of a Christian family. And a lot of times, for me, I would say I wasn't really being true to myself because there was a certain way that they wanted us to look and be portrayed.
Right.
You know, and I'm not saying that I was like wild and crazy or anything, but at the same time, it's like I wasn't
completely genuine.
Yeah, I wasn't prim and proper person, you know, that everybody was just like, you know, when I got divorced and then I started showing a little bit more of my personality on social media.
I know. You know where I met you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. See, y'all knew me, but people was like, oh, look at her wilding. Like she done left the pastor. Right. You know,
Lord,
like they was like, oh, she wilding. Like, oh, you know, what she doing dancing like that? Or what she like, first of all, I'm a dancer.
And what they don't know.
Right. I'm a dancer, classically trained ballet. And I just have my natural rhythm about myself, but I've always danced. And my grandmother used to tell me, as long as ain't nobody humping on you or something, do your thing. Like, you know, I was that child that was dancing at the cookouts, everything like that.
It's such a free experience.
Right,
I love to
exactly.
dance.
So, you know, it was that transition, and then the, you know, the kids and everything like that. You know, some people dig it and some people don't. And you just got to be okay with that. But I feel like my experience with being in the spotlight, I was already used to it. So I really didn't care.
So people were vocal about it, like writing on your page. And what would you say? Would you entertain or?
It depends. I don't really think I entertained it too much. Like I would just block people, or sometimes I wouldn't even block people. I really don't care. You know, I would clap back sometimes.
I was because about to ask about the clap back.
Yeah, because people's like, oh shoot, you know, like, oh yeah, shoot, she gonna take it there. Like, yeah. I'm gonna take it there. The real person. I'm gonna take it there. Like, y'all don't know me. Like, I'm born and raised Hartford, Connecticut. Like,
tell them
it's there.
Tell them
it ain't on me. It's in me.
Yeah, she ain't no national girl. Turn out. I'll fight with her.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just being older now, because I can't really remember how old I was at that. I was in my 20s.
In your 20s, which is totally different.
Exactly. You know, I'm 34 now. I'm about to be 35 next month.
It's looking good. Look at all of 23.
Thank you. But I definitely, even now, I'll respond differently now. But back then, I was I was letting them have it.
And I feel like my 20-year-old self would too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of stuff that I was going through, I had the privilege of going through it alone.
Right.
And like I would share with people, but it would be by close friends.
Right.
It would be like literally in close friends or on a Finsta page. I could not imagine going through what I was going through and having people in my comments commenting about it. You don't even know my life.
Right.
So yeah, I just think that you're very strong for that. I commend you for getting through that. I pray that the clapbacks are not necessary these days.
Yeah, no.
Because how many years are you divorced now?
4.
4 years.
4 years.
Wow.
Yeah. 2020. So, 2024, 4 years. So, yeah, it's different. It's a different vibe now, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some people might say stuff here and there a little bit. But for the most part, the people that are still following me and everything like that, those are the ones they really like support me. They be like, oh,
they want to see you shine.
Yes, they want to see my progress. They want to see the kids' progress. They want to know that type of stuff. So
yeah, because they met you on the platform, so that makes sense. Right now, for you and your ex-husband's relationship, because I'm gonna go through all of them. So we went through the public. Now I'm talking about him.
Okay,
how was that change from being married to now being on your own? Was it one that we felt like, okay, this is just necessary, this is what I gotta do, like head down? Or was it like, oh, I'm heartbroken, like what am I going to do? Talk about kind of how you navigated through that these past 4 years.
Okay, so when I finally did decide to leave,
you decided.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how it usually happens.
Right. Yeah. I decided. I think it kind of had been a long time coming. Probably like the last 2 years of our marriage, our relationship. So by the time I was leaving, there was no heartbreak.
Out.
I was,
I had already gone through them. Why are we like that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Thing. We would break up with you in our heads maybe 2 years before we actually do it. I don't know. For me, I'll say, because I'll be trying to see if you're going to change. I'll be trying to see if I can get over it, make it work. I don't know what it was for you, though. Yeah, what made you finally just be like, I can't do this. I gotta go.
Ooh, child. Ooh. You know, it's so crazy because I know the exact moment and exactly what was happening.
If you can speak on it.
I mean, I can speak on it. Okay. I don't even think I've ever really told anybody. I told my closest of friends when I knew the moment. But, okay, so I'm just be transparent. So it was, okay, so it was Father's Day. It was Father's Day. And I had just came back from Connecticut because we were kind of separated, I guess. I was like, I'm going home. So I was home for a little bit. And then I came back and literally it was probably like Father's Day, like the next weekend, the weekend coming up. And so I remember waking up and I said, I'm going to cook breakfast. We're going to go to church. Whatever. I remember getting up and I heard him on the phone, downstairs. And I'm just like, who he talking to so early in the morning? Like, what is going on? So, I quietly tiptoed downstairs and, he was talking to somebody. He was talking to somebody, and
on Father's Day.
Oh yeah, on Father's Day, and
early in the morning.
And what they were discussing, they shouldn't have been discussing at all. Because even if you were doing whatever you're doing, don't ever discuss me. Don't ever do that.
Yeah.
So, but that's what it was, and so I didn't even trip. And this is how I knew. I was like, okay, you know what? That's it. I went to the store. Made breakfast? Yep. I still made breakfast.
You were good.
I did everything. We went to church, and then his parents and stuff are the pastors and everything of the church. So on Father's Day, they have like the whole family get up there and like sing their praises to his dad and the fathers in the church and everything.
Right.
I got up there and I did that, but the whole time I'm just thinking like, yeah, I'm a keep it cool. I'm gonna keep it cute.
As heck.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it cute. I'm not even gonna bring that drama and all the other stuff like that. Even though I know this man was just on the phone with his, shorty doo-wop or whatever. And I did that the whole day. Gave him his gift, gave him his card, his money and everything. The girls, we all celebrated after and everything. But that was the day. And then shortly after, I filed and everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got some real self-control.
Yeah, because,
But you said you had been going.
Yeah, we were going, and for me to come back from my home.
Kind of giving, because that's us. We get chances after chances.
Exactly. It was like, we're going to work it out. I'm like, okay. I was like Sheila, girl, going up that mountain.
Oh, saving my
life. I'm going back for my marriage.
Post Sheila. But hey, look, it turned out good for Sheila, so I ain't no post Sheila.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Dang. Yeah. That just gave me chills. Okay. So after that happened, what was his reaction? Did he see it coming too? Did he know that you were aware?
No, God.
He thought he was sneaky.
If he ever see this, that's gonna be the first time that he know. That's when I decided.
So you did know?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because I never told him that. Like, when I knew. Like,
but I mean, he knew that there were issues. Obviously, you had left, you came back. So he was like,
absolutely.
So was it a type of?
He didn't think I would foul though. That's what really caught him off guard.
Was he like putting in the effort?
I mean, I don't think so, because I mean, if you were putting in the effort, you wouldn't have been doing that. I know that.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But I don't know. From my situation, I know like when a man is about to lose you, they'll try to put in a whole bunch of effort. Maybe they're still doing other things, but
the thing about it too, and it's crazy because even now, even though I know he probably don't even deserve that, because I still try to protect a little bit. But no, it was some really bad. It was some bad things going on in that time, like because he was messing around. So it'd be like days before I had left to Connecticut. I was heavily pregnant with my second child.
Oh wow, you was going through that while pregnant?
Yeah, I was heavily pregnant with my second child. It would be days where like he would be gone for like a couple of days, and I'll just be in the house pregnant, and then with the other baby.
No
and
explanation?
Like, working, I guess. I don't know. But no, it was like that. Like we wasn't like sometimes we wasn't talking or whatever, but it's like, dude, I got to get groceries. Like, come back with the car. Like, I've been here for 2 days. Like,
and I'm pregnant.
Yeah. And I'm pregnant. Like, so it was bad like that. And so when I had came back, cause I literally, I went to Connecticut and I was pregnant, and then I thought we was going to be doing whatever. And I came back, I had the baby here, and then literally Harper was probably 3 weeks. I left and went back to Connecticut with the kids.
And how did the kids react to that? Like, I mean, not the 3-week-old, obviously, but your other dog.
Because they not that far apart. So she was very young too.
Okay.
Billy was only probably like 1 going on 2.
Wow, that's a blessing then.
Yeah.
Because that was going to be my next question is, okay, we asked about the people, we asked about him, and then I was going to ask about the kids. Like, how did they handle, now I'm not living with dad right now? They didn't have to experience that.
Nah, because it was kind of a blur a little bit.
Yeah. They were so young.
Yeah. And even when our divorce was final, I was already moved out before that even happened. I had got us a place or whatever, and I was already out of like our shared residence.
Okay. A woman with the plan.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh yeah, I had to. Yeah.
Okay, then well, let's talk about you. So I've covered everybody else. What about you? Were you at peace with your decision?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I was, because it just gets to a point where it's like, you got to keep your sanity. I had to keep my sanity because, first of all, I got 2 little babies that I got to take care of, and I'm not going to be any good to them if I'm just zoned out, always thinking about whatever I got going on with this man. So, I was definitely at peace. But once again, you can be at peace with your decision, but it doesn't mean that, what's going to be coming is going to be peaceful. Like, it's not just, oh, you made this big decision. Now it's done.
And it just affects you.
Right.
It affects other people.
Right. Because now there's
got
the
the
extra
family.
challenges of the co-parenting and things of that nature. And then dealing with, and then even outside of the co-parenting, just dealing with stuff that comes with divorce, like losing friends and losing your church home. Because remember, I was a member of that
His
church, but it's like, I ain't want to be bothered with them because,
did they treat you differently?
No, they don't, but it's just, it's difficult to navigate because I strongly feel that, and I strongly believe, and it's not even believe, it's just a fact. They enable a lot of the bad behavior. Mm-hmm. Yeah, even to this day.
But you see that a lot in the Black community.
Yeah.
I could say that a lot for some of the males that I know, particularly getting babied, getting coddled. It's just something that Black mothers do. And I don't think they mean any harm, but they don't realize that they are doing a lot of harm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So in this transition period that you were going through, who did you lean on?
My family, even though they, I have no family here. Everybody that I know is in Connecticut. So I'm literally just here by myself, with my kids. And I have to be here because that's a whole nother
legal
story.
Things, yeah.
But yeah, so I lean heavily on my grandmother, my mom. And like I said, heavily. Because I to this day, I really feel like I would not have my right mind if it was not for the prayers of like my mom and my grandmother.
Yeah,
I know for a fact. Mm-hmm. It'll be times where I can feel my mind just like trying to get away from me, and my grandmother will call me and be like, "Shanira, I can feel you like in the spirit, like I'm praying for you."
I love that.
And I'm like,
we love a praying grandmother.
I'm telling you,
it's a lot of us is here
because of that, and that's the only reason. I'm telling you. Mm-hmm. So. Yeah.
I mean, they can't be your salvation, but they can help out a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to know God for yourself.
Absolutely. So, whatever I needed, whatever they can do, they do it.
Yeah.
So,
that's a
even
blessing.
Being hundreds of miles away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I want to get into like the co-parenting.
Yes.
Because, you've just separated yourself from somebody who ultimately betrayed you in a sense, and you're at peace with the decision, but I'm sure he wasn't. Mm-hmm. How did you I don't even want to say then. I want to speak more of the now, because I feel like we have grown so much.
Yes.
Okay, so I won't get into like the dirty nitty gritty, but now. How do you maintain your peace, your sanity, your Christianity? You know how in that song, Survivor, I ain't gonna dish you on the internet because my mama raised me better than that. Like, how do you stop doing that? Because for me, what I had to do, because it's like I needed an outlet. I'm going through this stuff. I just got this news. I'm going, this man just texted me this. I got to tell somebody. Right. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to tell the world, because then the world's in your business. Right. And he might hear, it might be a situation. I know for me, what I had to do was a Finsta. Because I'm like, I'm going to get these thoughts off. I'm going to get, I'm going to let y'all know what's happening. And then I'm going to let y'all
shout out to your Finsta, girl. Because
we used to be lit, y'all. During the depth of my co-parenting where I was fighting, you know?
Yes.
It was lit. But we've gotten over that, thank God.
Yes.
So what was your outlet?
I would have to say probably my friends, because to be honest, I feel like there's nothing that people don't already know, because my ex, he talks so much about our situation. Also, y'all know his social media.
His, Mother's Day post.
Girl.
At least you got a post, girl. I didn't get nothing.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I try to keep stuff under wraps. But it's like, you can't keep stuff under wraps with somebody else that don't want to keep stuff under wraps.
But why do we try to keep things under wraps? Why do we try to protect these men?
I don't know. Because you know what? That saying is, why destroy somebody with a lie when you can literally destroy them with the truth?
Yeah.
I think it's that. And then I think we think about the kids too. A lot of times we think about the kids, but then it's at the same time, it's like, well, shoot, they not thinking about the kids. They just putting our business out. Yeah. Well, at least mine. It's just putting our business out there. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, it gets to a point where it's not necessarily trying to quote unquote defend yourself. It's just when you're dealing with certain types of people, I think that my nature, I'm introverted. Like, yes, I'm bubbly. My personality is like, whatever. Mm-hmm. But true of heart, I'm introverted and I don't really like to put out a lot of my personal stuff. But I think that certain people of a certain personality and things, they take that and they bank on that to
some type of false energy
to spread their truths, because they know like, oh, she quiet, she ain't really gonna say nothing about it because she don't like to talk about her business. So I can
create any kind of narrative
I want because they bank on you being quiet because you're quiet at nature,
and they know that.
But so I've been learning, like, Shanira, it's not really about you telling y'all business or anything like that. But at the same time, it's like, you don't have to sit there and let somebody just say things that aren't true and run with a narrative that you're not spinning. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to take that and you don't have to do that. I know a lot of people say, oh, let God fight your battles and all that other stuff like that. Listen, he is fighting my battles, but at the same time, like, I'm going to tell the truth.
And he wants you to stand up for yourself.
Right. I'm not going to be a doormat and let you just say whatever.
That part.
Yeah.
And that was something that I feel like I was going through. They said, like, don't argue with the fool because then you can't tell who the fool is. I was definitely in the trenches with him, arguing all the time. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that what he's saying is untrue, knowing that what he's saying is trying to trigger me, but I would still be triggered and I would like...
Right.
And now it's like not even that many years. I would say maybe we're 2 years removed from that. I still have my moments. But now I look at it and I'm just like, wow, like, you really need some help.
Yes.
And it almost makes you feel like, okay.
Sorry for them.
And also like, God, okay, so what lesson am I learning here? What are you trying to teach me? Why did I even meet this person, have these beautiful kids with this person? Like, it's almost like you always got to be the bigger person.
Right, exactly.
And it's
exactly, yeah.
I feel like so much of who I am is so different from who he is. And that's why they preach in the church. Yeah. About being equally yoked, okay?
Absolutely.
But I ain't listen. I have my rebellious phase, but it's like going back to those teachers in Christ. It makes you really realize, okay, that's why they said don't have sex out of wedlock. That's why they said don't have kids out of wedlock. That's why they said this, that. But it's like, I wish they would have told me that. Because when I tell you the horror stories that I have, I'm going to tell kids that. Like, I want to start a girls group where I'm telling them everything. Like, this is why you shouldn't have sex before marriage because this, and this. And I'm going to tell them everything. And I wish somebody, like we were talking about earlier, I wish somebody would have done that for us. Because the baby mama drama, like, it's really not worth it. And in the end of it, I really wish sometimes I would have done it the right way. Yeah. But we can't have regrets. We can't go back on life. Right. But now I want to help like the next generation see that, because I was really like believing what this man said about me. How you gonna tell me about me?
Yeah. And the crazy thing is too, when you be having these situations and stuff, it's like you be having proof, and it's like
receipts on receipts on
you
receipts.
Can, like, come on now, they will gaslight you. We got proof and all this stuff.
It's exhausting. Like, and then as a Christian, you want to be the bigger person. You want to rise above it, but then you're also human.
Right, exactly.
And you want to cuss them out sometimes too. And so it's a struggle. Like, I feel like I got closer to God when I stopped arguing with that man. When I stopped like going back and forth or taking stuff he said personally. I feel like God was just kind of elevating me and kind of teaching me to lead by example. Because when I started doing that, I noticed that he kind of changed too. Yeah. And so we ain't there yet. Okay. I was going to ask y'all. So my question for you is like, do you feel like you have to lead by example, be the bigger person all the time? I need to write a book because it's insane. But there's some things that's happened, that's continuing to happen, that it's like, I don't even know how to really navigate it, but I'm going to just continue to do what I'm doing. And then still noting this stuff on the back end, because one thing about it is you have to pay attention, especially when it comes to like your kids and their safety and things of that nature, because it's like, yes, you want to lead by example and you want to do this and you want to do this the right way. But then you remember that you also have to protect your kids. And so the things that I've gone through and currently going through with my kids and my ex are things that
should not be ignored. I try to navigate that and still
do it the right way.
Do it the right way up until the point.
Yeah, like stand up for yourself,
right,
but do it the right way. Like, for example, there was a time that I had to take my kid away from her dad. And that was such a hard decision for me because I didn't want to be that person to take. I had never like stopped him from seeing his child, never been that. But it was just so hard because I didn't want to be like that Black woman who put him in the system or anything like that. But he didn't have no problem doing that to me.
Oh, girl.
And it's like, dang, why am I giving him so much grace? Why am I being so nice?
Exactly.
Like, stand up for yourself. But there is like a balance that I guess I'm learning. And I feel like now I've had the ball is in my court finally. After all these years. So like the dynamic has changed within us, and now I'll say what I have to say, but I don't have to say it mean. And that's what I had to learn. Right. Like, you can set your boundaries, Jamilla, and let him know, like, we won't be doing that. You can't be asking me this last minute. Like, it's not what you say. Because it used to be whatever you say, because I'm just so tired of arguing, going back and forth. But it's like, no, you can stand up for yourself, but there's just a science to it. Right.
It's a science
and
to
we're
it.
women, and we know how to use, I don't want to say manipulate, but what is that term about a soft tone? You attract more bees with honey than you do with vinegar. With honey, exactly.
You can't be sour. Yes, I understand that. What I've been working on lately, because I try to do that and I try to keep that in mind. So I have very firm boundaries as far as, like, say if he come and drop the kids off and stuff or like that, like, I wasn't a big fan of like letting him in my house and stuff. Like, now my mom was here and my mom.
Them mamas be,
she be like,
come on in.
Yes. And I'm just like,
we don't like him, Mom.
Right. Like, and it's not even like we don't like him, Mom.
Because you can love somebody and, have love for somebody, but you don't gotta like them. And I don't like him in my house.
That's what I've been juggling with, because it's like, okay, I want to have this really great relationship, but at the same time, I have to have the strong boundaries, because when it's time for me to handle business about my kids, I got to be able to do that and not worry about how you feel about it.
Exactly. And we might see things that they don't see. Yeah. And we'll see why we should have those boundaries, because then he gets, right. You give him an inch to take him out.
Yeah. I mean, you already see the stuff that's being posted. Yeah. You would think that we just have this amazing, loving co-parenting relationship, and we do not.
So if you could give some advice to people who are going through this thing right now, they're Christians, maybe they had a divorce, and even that is a tough thing to do in the church, because they're going to be people and judge you. That's just, I guess, what they do. But a little bit of advice that you would give people who are going through what we're going through.
First advice, and this is for the ladies, from inception, when you get married, I would strongly advise you to research the laws pertaining to children in your state, the state that you live in. I would not advise you to move away and be by yourself. Okay. You just want to be proactive in that way. I understand some situations, you can't always choose or whatever the case may be, but I would advise you to have some type of support system somewhere. Yeah. Also, as far as the church goes, if you cannot receive proper counseling in the church, I would just advise you to go and seek professionals elsewhere. Because I think a lot of us get caught up in that, and it's almost blasphemous. Like, if you go outside of the church to seek help, it's like, oh, the church should be your first priority because you're Christian and everything. But I've heard that before. Yeah. But I think the church, and I love the church. I love the Lord. But we got some blind spots. Yeah, they all work together. You know what? A biased therapist, that's already setting yourself up for failure. Like, going to unless it's like something like marriage counseling, then I would say go to the church. But if it's like one-on-one, even marriage counseling, because let me tell you something. I feel like a lot of people don't really even have no business getting married, because a lot of people suffer from mental illness. Yeah, and they need medicine. They need to handle that first. They need both. They need to handle all that. Three. Let's go God in there. Exactly. Medicine and therapy. But then you also have the church. A lot of people are still catching up with that, because they don't believe that you need to be drugged and all that stuff. It's just pray. They have blood pressure medicine every day. Exactly. Okay, girl. So yeah, that's a little bit of my advice. And like I said, the whole the sugar and the honey and the bees, you know, be sweet, be nice, or, you know, however.
Be super feminine.
Yeah, be however you are, but
that
still keep your firm boundaries.
That's something I'm working on, the boundaries. So.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get into our Hell is Hot segment. Like I always say, we don't have a heaven or hell to put anyone into. This is all for fun. But hypothetically speaking, where do you think Marilyn Monroe is right now?
Oh, Marilyn. You know what? I would probably say heaven. I feel like anybody in that time, you know, being white, but I feel like if they use their position to help better our positions, because she was very vocal about things like that. I remember,
like civil rights.
Yeah, just little acts of defiance that she would do. I remember, I don't know who it was. I want to say Dorothy Dandridge or one of them, but she was really good friends with them. And I remember a story about she would have them come in like it was something about a hotel. Like they, you know, we had to go through the back, but it's like she wouldn't perform or something if they had to do that stuff or something like that.
And that's little things that she could do with her power to be progressive.
I feel like anybody who did that,
especially a white woman, because they weren't doing that back then.
Right. At that time, I feel like they was
part of the problem usually.
Right.
So yeah. Now that you say that, I think she in heaven too.
Yeah.
Shout out to Marilyn.
Shout out to Marilyn.
I did not know that. What about Nelson Mandela? That's an easy one, right?
Of course. I would think heaven. I mean, the sacrifice was major. And not to say that, you know, people don't have hidden things that we don't see, but shoot, you got to be something to do that, to accomplish what he has.
I think definitely God used him. Yeah. And, you know, no matter what they did to him, put him in jail, all that stuff, I feel like that he still was a good person.
Yeah.
All right, last person, Pablo Escobar.
Oh, Lord.
This was a wild card. What you think about Pablo?
Oh, Lord.
We had to put somebody, y'all.
Man, unless he'd made it right before he got up out of here.
Man, those people.
I don't know. He might be down there. He might be down. I think he might be down there.
I think he might be down there too with Griselda.
Yeah, right.
Have you seen that show?
Yes, I have.
Now I was on her team, right?
Yeah,
until she did what she did about them kids.
She started wilding.
I said, "Now, ma'am."
Yeah, she started. You know, it was the drugs.
This was never the goal.
You can't be doing your own supply. That was her problem.
You think it was drugs?
Yeah,
See, I was with her until then. And I was like, "Nah, ma'am."
She started getting crazy because she was paranoid.
Nah. She had a way out and didn't take it.
And then you were too bad to be doing all of that. Like, why you do that? You a cokehead selling coke. We don't do that.
Griselda, sorry, baby. We putting you here. All right. Last segment. Bop of the week. I hope you got your bop.
Okay, bop of the week.
What you listening to? This girl talking about she don't listen to music like that. She don't listen to new music.
No, I do listen if I hear it, but I don't listen to the radio. Like literally in my car, it's Pandora or it's Apple Music, and it's straight 90s.
Okay. That's fair.
So, let me think. I think it'll be my all-time favorite song, like All I Ask of You, Raphael Sadiq. I play that all the time.
Oh, that's a beautiful song.
Yeah, I love that song.
Okay.
Yeah, he spoke to my soul. 8 years old. I remember that. Yes, I've been in love. Yeah, that's when that song came out.
That's just the power of music.
Yeah.
It'll hit you.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. So yeah, bop of the week.
My bop of the week is Pretty Wings by Maxwell. Because I've been hearing it a lot on social media.
It didn't it?
You know how music does that with TikTok and Twitter. Yes. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are like coming to the realization that it's a breakup song.
Yes, it's so funny because I just tweeted literally, it could have been yesterday, but I seen it and I just tweeted. I'm like,
they dissected it.
I was playing this in the parking lot visiting my then boyfriend in jail.
I think I saw that. You had to let him go, girl.
I was.
She said, "Now she want to be a jailbird."
I was pained. No, I was pained, like really, because I was.
You were about to go to college? Is that what it was?
That's when I moved. I came out here,
and he wanted to,
and was going to MT, but you know he was doing things that was landing him in jail, and I'm pissed off about that because like I'm leaving, like, you know I'm leaving, and you go and get locked up,
right? We supposed to be spending this time.
Right, we supposed to be spending this time together. Like what is wrong with you?
So baby,
Pretty Wings got some sentimental value for me, baby.
So you been new,
yeah.
I didn't know. But I definitely listened to it this week, and I was just like, wow, this is a beautiful song.
But it is a beautiful song,
and that is how I want to feel about somebody. Like
we just want y'all to stop playing it at y'all weddings. Let's not do
and
that.
wedding videos. That's it. That's all. We're just here to help. I don't know who needs to hear this, but do not do this life without God. And all that will matter in the end is what you've done for him. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys.
Thank you for having me.
coming. And until next time, I'm JOMILLA DENAE.